Welcome back to another how-to video on the new series on Python. In this video, we're going to tackle or going to teach you. I'm going to teach you how to learn to program Python, and this video will cover from installing or make some environment to the basic of Python, okay, and application, deploying of applications. So if you're not yet subscribed to my channel on How to TV, kindly subscribe to my channel. Okay, so without further ado, so let's go. So I'm here right now with my editor, Visual Studio. I created a Python folder here. What we're going to do right now is we're going to create some folder. No, we're going to create some file, a file named Docker file. And the first line that we're going to do, I'm going to write is from. So if you know how to create a Docker images, very simple. You can, of course, our topic is Python. We're going to create a Python on how to create a Python environment. So this is the official Docker hub of Python. There's a bunch of version here we can use, but of course I'm going to use the Alpine because it is very small kind of Linux. It is also a good choice when you're developing or deploying application with a small Linux OS. So I'm going to use this one, Alpine version, and create and put it here, and I am name it my images to deb. And the next one is we're going to create a work directory. Work. Okay. This is the for two lines that we're going to create our images by pulling on images from Docker, from Python to Docker, from Docker. So we're going to, I'll show you how to build this by targeting our deb, which is in the current directory. This is the current directory that we have, to our I'll name it my tag to Python, and let's start it. Let's enter, and he will create the images. And if you can see, if you're going to check what inside of our Docker IP, and then we're going to mount this volume, this present directory, to our working or work folder. This is inside. So just imagine this is present work directory is this present directory. This is folder, and we're going to mount this present directory to your work. Okay, whatever we created file here, it will also reflect in our Docker. Okay, so that's how we can explain that that mystery of the Docker, the container. Okay, so there's a small Linux from our Docker. Okay, and if you're going to access directly, so it will show us this working directory. So if you're going to ls, what you created a file here, it will also reflect here. Okay, so shall we create new files. So I'll create first our first folder, which is a source, where inside the source file I'm going to name my Python apps. Okay, and let's create a hello world. Let's define a function that inside the function will print the hello world, the famous hello world. Okay, hello world. And then we will going to print it on it by typing our main functions, this one. So if you're going to print it on here, just going to ls again. Here is my src, and to run the Python script you need to type Python and then src folder and Python. Okay, and there you go. So that's a simple environment that made by Docker container, or we pull our Docker images from our Docker hub. That's the advantage when you're going to use this, is whenever you're going to another workstation, it will very comfortable to you guys. It will not give you an error, because what you work here is same system that you are working in another workstation. So if we're going to export this file, when you're going to ready to export it to your Docker hub, so all you need to do is to from, and then the next is from dev, and as a runtime. Okay, going this to name it runtime or images, and then what we're going to do is copy. We have the copy command here in our Docker, and then from src to the up. Okay, there you have it. And then the last command is entry. We're going to expose. Now we're going to use this command, same command that we use here. If you remember, Python rc. So in Docker file, in order for us to run this Python src apps, entry point is the command that we need to use. Okay, and close bar with the Python command, and what another parameter is what applications, which folder we're going to execute our script, which is name app Python, this one. Okay, this one, and that's it. We're going to save it, and then what we're going to do, we're going to exit here to our container. Okay, let's exit. We're going to build again our images, and we're going to name it as a example hello app. I'll name it I'll tag it to hello app, and it will build again. So any changes that we do here is it will compile again. And then to see that our, 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 our application apps is running, we're going to docker run. That's the command run. And what is the name of what of the images that we created, the last that we created, that we built, the hello app. Okay, tag hello app. Okay, so you see it will successfully printed hello world. Okay, so I hope that this video is very helpful to you guys, and I'll see you in the next tutorial of Python.